Some stories don't feel personal because they are dramatic. They feel personal because they touch something quiet inside you, something you don't usually talk about, something you've been carrying without realizing it. This is one of those stories. And if it feels like it's speaking directly to you, there's a reason for that. Evan never thought of himself as someone who struggled deeply. He wasn't falling apart. He wasn't lost in a visible way. From the outside, his life looked stable. He worked. He showed up. He did what was expected of him. But there was a feeling he couldn't explain. A subtle heaviness that followed him through his days. Not sadness, not fear, just something unresolved. Evan noticed it most in quiet moments, late at night, early mornings, when there was nothing demanding his attention. That's when his mind would drift. He would replay conversations that already ended, decisions he made years ago, moments where he wondered if he should have spoken differently, chosen differently, been different. And even though those moments were long gone, they still felt close. He often told himself, everyone thinks like this, and maybe that was true. But what he didn't realize was how much energy he was spending living in reflections instead of the present. Evan had become very good at functioning. He smiled at the right times, answered, "I'm fine," without hesitation. Stayed busy enough to avoid sitting with his thoughts for too long. But when he slowed down, that familiar feeling returned. A quiet sense that something inside him was asking to be noticed. One afternoon, Evan took a longer walk than usual. No headphones, no destination, just movement. As he walked, he passed people sitting on benches, some scrolling on their phones, some lost in thought. And for a moment, he felt a strange connection, not to their faces, but to the silence they shared. It made him wonder how many people around him were carrying thoughts they never spoke, feelings they never named. How many people looked okay while quietly trying to understand themselves. That night, Evan sat alone in his room, lights dim, phone face down, and instead of distracting himself, he stayed still. It felt uncomfortable at first, but then something unexpected happened. A memory surfaced, not a dramatic one, just a small moment from years ago. A time when he ignored his own needs to keep someone else comfortable. A time when he told himself, it's not a big deal. But sitting there, Evan realized something. It was a big deal. Not because of what happened, but because of what it taught him. That his feelings could wait. That his needs were secondary. That staying quiet was safer than being honest. He hadn't made that decision once. He had made it many times. And slowly, without realizing it, it became part of who he was. Evan wasn't angry at himself. He didn't feel regret. He felt understanding. For the first time, he saw how the patterns in his life weren't random. They were learned. They were repeated. They were familiar. And suddenly, the heaviness made sense. It wasn't coming from the present moment. It was coming from years of unacknowledged emotions, asking to be seen. The next day, Evan didn't change his life. He didn't make bold declarations. He didn't reinvent himself. He did something smaller. He paid attention to how he felt when he said yes, to how his body reacted when he stayed silent, to the quiet discomfort he usually ignored. And he noticed something important. That discomfort wasn't weakness. It was information. It was his inner self saying, something here matters. Evan began allowing himself to pause, not to judge, not to fix, just to notice. When he felt drained after certain interactions, when he felt lighter after others, when he felt tense without knowing why. Each moment became a message. Slowly, something shifted, not externally, internally. He stopped assuming that feeling uncomfortable meant he was wrong. He stopped dismissing his reactions as overthinking. He started trusting them. And with that trust came relief. Not because everything was solved, but because he was finally listening. Here's the truth Evan discovered. Some stories feel personal because they mirror something you haven't fully acknowledged yet. They reflect choices you made to survive, habits you built to protect yourself, beliefs that once helped, but now quietly limit you. When something resonates deeply, it's not an accident. It's recognition. Your inner world recognizing itself. If this story feels personal to you, it doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're aware. It means there's a part of you ready to be understood. You don't need to analyze everything. You don't need to change overnight. Just stay curious. Ask yourself gently, what is this feeling trying to tell me? Growth doesn't always begin with action. Sometimes it begins with attention. And when you start listening to yourself without judgment, you realize something powerful. You are never lost. You are just unheard. If this story connected with you, take a moment to like the video so it can reach someone else who may need it. Share it with someone who might be feeling the same quiet questions. And in the comments, tell me what part of this story felt familiar to you. Some stories feel personal for a reason. They arrive when you're ready to listen.